Hi, it's Bethany Norman from Live Well Yoga. This will be a slightly longer practice. We're still focusing on the hips, still focusing on finding freedom and finding peace. You can come to a sitting position, so that might be on the floor like I am, or you might prefer to sit on a chair, that's also fine. And once you find a position where you can comfortably sit, then just allow your eyes to close. Just letting your attention draw inwards for a few moments. Starting to feel the heaviness of the pelvis, heaviness of the hips, and of the tailbone. And from that heaviness around the tailbone, just feel a little reach up through your spine. So you're not completely collapsed down and hunching, but try not to introduce any tension or rigidity or gripping through the hips and the pelvis. Taking another breath here. And then allowing your eyes to open. We'll just take some centering breaths together, a little warm up for the upper body. Extending the arms out in line with your shoulders, inhaling, turning the palms up and reach your arms overhead, exhale. So still keep that heaviness through the pelvis, extend through the spine, inhaling, and drawing the hands together and down in front of your heart, exhale. So try and take it as slow as you can. Arms reach out to the sides, inhale. And then taking them overhead, exhale. Inhaling, lengthen. And slowly drawing your hands back to your heart, exhale. And we'll do that one more time. So arms reach out, inhale. And then taking them overhead, exhale. Breath in here. And hands come together, exhaling. Pausing here, take a breath. Now this time I want you to reach your arms forwards, still in line with the shoulders, inhale. And then draw the arms back to cactus arms, bending your elbows, exhale. We extend the arms forward. You could add in a little round of the upper back, inhale. And open up, exhale. Just a couple more times, extending the arms forward. You might like to round the back. You can even start to bring the backs of the hands together to really stretch across the upper back. Inhale. And we open, exhale. Twice more. One more round. And then we're going to inhale, reaching the arms overhead and drawing hands together to the heart, exhale. Pause for a breath. Now, moving on to your hands and knees, we won't really do much more in the way of warm-up, so do add in a little warm-up if you need one. We'll just look up here into cow pose, inhaling, and rounding the back to cat, exhale. Another time. Still staying with the breath and the movement. Let's go once more. And then coming back to a neutral spine, tucking your toes here, inhaling, pulling your hips up to downward facing dog, exhale. Just a pause here. And then you can start to walk your hands and feet together into that soft forward fold. Just release for a moment. And pressing into your feet. Start to roll yourself up. Arms reaching overhead as your eyes inhale. And hands come to your heart, exhale. This time extending the arms out in line with the shoulders, inhale. Turn the palms up and extending overhead, exhale. Rooting down through the feet, through the pelvis, inhaling. And drawing hands to your heart, exhale. Same again. Arms come out in line with shoulders, inhale. Turning the palms up, extend overhead, exhale. As you root down, extend up through the spine and the arms, inhaling. And then hands come to your heart, exhale. And one more round. Just pausing with your hands back at your heart. Take another breath. Circling your hands to your hips. Feet should be about hip distance apart. Taking a breath in. And just a little bend in the knees. Keep the back nice and straight. Exhale. Lengthen through the spine. Inhale. Bending the knees. So into a mini squat. Exhale. Inhaling, lengthen. And squat. Exhale. Inhaling. Come into a deeper squat now. So sitting the hips back. Utkatasana. Exhale. Inhaling. Lengthen again, and just sit the hips back, exhale. Last time. Of course, if it felt more comfortable to you to do the mini squat, then just stick with that, that's fine. This time, arms out in line with shoulders, or maybe slightly higher, inhale, sitting your hips back, exhale. Lengthen here, inhaling, and releasing the arms, exhale. So remember, slow and controlled. Inhale, hips back, exhale. Just maybe check in with the knees, make sure they're tracking forwards. Where am I? Lengthen, inhaling, and release the arms, exhale. We'll do that once more. Arms raise on the inhale, and hips sitting back on the exhale. Lengthen, and let the arms release, exhale. Now maybe just pop the hands back onto the hips. We're going to cross the right foot over the left, taking a breath in, and then that same movement, just sit the hips back, exhale. So it doesn't have to be much, it could just be more that mini squat version, which is fine. Lengthen again, inhale, and just place that right foot down, exhale. We're going to swap over. So that's the left foot coming over the right, inhale. And just slowly sitting the hips back, exhale. Maybe check in that the knees are still going forwards, more or less, and then lengthen, inhale, release, exhale. Swapping again, right foot over left, inhale, and sitting yourself back, exhale. I've still got my toe tips on the floor for balance at the moment. Lengthen again, inhale, and release, exhale. We'll do that once more. So we've got left foot coming over right, inhale, sit the hips back, exhale, lengthen, and release. Just pausing for a breath, feet are about hip distance apart. We now raise the arms, inhale, sitting the hips back, exhale. Draw your hands to your heart, stay in this squat position, inhale, and then just tap back with the right toes, exhale. Draw the right toes back, inhaling. Transfer the weight over, stepping back with the left foot, exhale, or just tap back, sorry. Inhaling back into the squat, once more with each side, that's the right foot, exhale. Inhaling, and exhale. Just lengthen here, inhaling, release the arms, exhale. Just pause, take a breath. You can allow the eyes to soften. Just relax the shoulders. So we're going to combine those two movements now. So that squat, the tapping back, and the crossing of the legs. So I hope you've been practicing this month. So feet, I've still got my feet under my hips to start with. We'll draw the arms out or up, inhaling, And sit the hips back, exhale. Hands coming to the heart, inhaling. We're going to tap back with that with the right toes, exhale. We're then going to bring that right leg across and over the left, inhale, and tapping back, exhale. So I do still have my toes for balance. So that right leg crosses over, inhale, this is where my toes come to the floor, and tap back, exhale. Let's do that once more. Exhaling. Draw that right foot just back under the right knee, inhale, and let's release and soften, exhale. Pause for a breath. And we'll do the other side. So first of all, arms out or up, inhale. Coming into Utkatasana, squat, exhale. Hands draw together in front of the heart, or you can have them on your hips as well. Inhaling. And we're going to tap back with the left toes now, exhale. With control, you're going to draw that left foot and left leg up and over the right, inhaling. And then tapping it back, exhale. Inhale, cross it over. Tapping back, exhale. Once more. And then you're drawing that foot back under the left knee, coming to squat, inhale, and you can release, exhale. Well done. Just pause now for a couple of breaths in your Tadasana. Just letting the body settle, maybe the breath settle as well. If you start to feel the heart pumping a little faster. And once more, the eyes open, bringing hands to your hips. Starting at the front of your mat, if you're not there already, we will step back with the right foot, walk the left foot a little out to the left, and just start this position with both legs straight, the back heel lifted. I think we did this at the beginning of the month. We're going to inhale here with two straight legs, and you're going to bend both knees so that that back knee just comes to hover down off the mat. Lengthen and straighten, inhaling, and then bending both knees, exhale. Once more, and exhale. Now if you can, you're going to hold here, inhale, and then just pulse as you exhale. Pause, take a breath in, and 3 little pulses as you exhale. Straighten the legs, inhale, and you can step yourself forwards, exhale. Just pause, take a breath. Now you're going to step back with the left foot. So just wriggle that right foot slightly to the right, lengthen and straighten both of the legs. The back heel is lifted, breath in. And then slowly bending those knees, that back knee is coming to hover off the mat, exhale. Straighten the knees again, inhaling. And take it nice and slow, exhale. Inhale, lengthen. Bending both knees, exhale. So if you can, holding here. If you prefer, you could just move up and down. So you're taking a breath in, 3 little pulses as you exhale. Inhale, hold, and again, pulse 3 times. Lengthen both legs, inhale, and stepping forwards, exhale. Bring those feet back under your hips. We're going to extend the arms out here in line with shoulders, inhale. Drawing the arms overhead, exhale. Breath in. And from here we're going to come into a forward fold, so draw those hands all the way down and then towards the floor, draping yourself over your legs. Hands to shins, spinal extension, inhaling. And release into the forward fold,
Let's just pause here a couple of breaths. Just let that back release for a moment. The glutes and the hips. Once more, hands to shins, extending the spine. Inhale. Release forwards. Exhale. Pressing into your feet, rolling up. Inhaling and drawing your hands to your heart. Exhale. Take a breath. And then circling hands to the hips. Make sure you're facing the front of your mat. Let's step back with that left foot. Walk the right foot out to the right. If you can, leaving that back heel lifted, but you could pop it down if you're feeling a little bit out of balance or maybe even a little fatigued by all of the leg work so far. So we're starting with straight legs, and then we float the arms overhead as you inhale and bend the front knee. Exhale. Straighten the knee again, inhaling, and gently release the arms. Exhale. So everything's nice and slow and controlled. Arms raise, inhale, and front knee bends. Exhale. Straighten it, inhaling, releasing your arms. Exhale. We'll come to hold our Chandrasana, arms raise, and knee bends. So holding yourself here, just relax the shoulders. So the options are to either leave the arms overhead. You could release the arms back behind you, taking hold of the opposite forearms. I'll just show you what I mean. So like that. So I've clasped the opposite forearm. Or if we did this at the beginning of the month and you need a little extra here, you could then interlace the fingers behind you just to increase that stretch through the chest, front of the shoulders. So your choice. Another breath here. And then releasing the arms from wherever they are, sweeping them overhead, inhaling. And you can release to step forwards. Exhale. Pausing for a breath. You're going to step back with your right foot now. Just wriggle that left foot out to the left slightly, then you've got that stable base. All of the toes are facing forwards. The back heel is lifted if you can manage and you feel safe. We're going to begin by bringing the arms up here. Inhale. And bending that front knee. Exhale. Straighten the knee. Inhale. Releasing the arms. Exhale. And again, arms raise. Inhale. Bending the front knee. Exhale. Straighten it out. Inhale. Gently release the arms. Exhale. Into the hold. And holding yourself here. Arms can remain where they are, or release them back behind you to grab hold of the opposite forearm, or interlacing the fingers and just taking those arms a little away from you. You could always accentuate the stretch by looking up slightly, and remember to breathe. Releasing the arms from whichever position they are, sweeping them overhead. Inhale. And we'll come out of the pose. Exhale. Feet under the hips. Extending the arms out. Inhale. And we take the arms overhead. Exhale. Inhaling here. And then bringing the palms together, coming all the way down into a forward fold. Exhale. Hands to shins, extending the spine. Inhale. And release and soften here. Exhale. Just breathe.
One more round of breath. Drawing your hands back to your shins, extending the spine. Inhale. Release forwards. Exhale. Pressing into your feet, roll up. Inhaling. And you can draw hands down to your heart. Exhale. Pause for a breath. Circling your hands to your hips. Transferring the weight into your left leg. And then step that right foot the other side of the left. Inhaling. And we're going to sit back into that chair pose type position. Exhale. I'll just show you from the side. So we're here. Now, we can turn it into a balance by picking that foot up off the floor, or you could even start to tuck those right toes behind the left lower leg. Just drawing your hands together here. Taking another couple of breaths. And then you're going to press into that left foot. Lift the right knee. We're coming into crane pose. Inhaling. And then just see if you can come back into your Garudasana. Exhale. Let's do that again. Into crane, nice and slow and controlled. You can either choose one of these poses to hold if this is not working for you. And back into Garudasana. Exhale. Once more. I'm sure you're doing well. And exhale. Now, pausing here for another breath. And then you can release out of that hold. Do just shake off anything that needs a shake. Pausing for a breath, let the shoulders relax. Bringing your hands to your hips. Step the left foot in front of the right, taking a breath in, and sit those hips back deeply. Exhale. If you like, turn it into a balance by picking that foot up, left foot, or tucking it even behind the lower leg. Breathing here. If you like, gently bringing hands together. Now pressing into that right foot. We're going to float the left knee up into crane, arms coming out, inhaling. Taking your time, coming back to Garuda pose, exhale. And again, nice and slow and controlled. Inhaling, lift. And into Garuda Eagle pose. I remembered the English name, exhale. Let's do that once more. Pausing now, back in Garuda, take another breath. And releasing, well done. Shake it out, and then just settle yourself into Tadasana. Connecting through your lower body to the floor, to the ground. So from that solid base of the feet and the hips, the pelvis, feel some lift through the spine. Taking another breath. Gently allowing your eyes to open. Stretching the arms out to the sides. Inhale. And we take them overhead. Exhale. Inhaling here. And we're going to go all the way down into that forward fold. So arms together, folding forwards as you exhale. Hands to shins, spinal extension. Inhale.
Release forwards, exhale. So tuck the chin in here, let the upper body relax. We're also stretching out the legs. As I said, they've done a lot of work. Just another couple of breaths. You can take any position with the arms that you like. You could rock a little from side to side if you feel you've got tension to release. Just do whatever feels good for your body. Taking another breath. Now just walk your feet slightly further apart, so bringing them to sort of a wide hip distance with the toes slightly out and the heels slightly in. If you need to, just put a little bend in the knees so you can touch the floor. Taking a breath in, slowly sitting the hips down into our low squat position or malasana. Exhale. So the different options here might be, you might have your heels lifted, you might have your hands on the floor, and all of that is fine. So whichever your position you're in, let's actually just start by just rocking backwards and forwards. You're sort of walking through the feet as well, just to soften those hips. Take a few nice slow breaths. And then if you like, you're coming back to some stillness, dropping the heels, lifting through the spine, bringing the palms together. We'll take a few breaths here. And then for those that like a little extra challenge, I'll just show you from the side. So you're in Malasana. Now remember, you could stay in Malasana or you could go into child pose if you want to take a little rest. But if you'd like a little extra challenge here, exhale. And then keeping the elbows somewhere near the knees, just start to straighten the legs. Inhaling, so you sort of come to a forward fold. And then sitting the hips back down, exhale. So remember, only if you want to. We'll do that a couple more times. Lifting up on an inhale. Slowly sitting those hips all the way down, exhale. One more time. And just pausing for another breath here. Slowly placing your hands down onto the mat and walk your legs out to downward facing dog. Just walking it out here. You could also shake those legs if you needed to release any further tension. And we'll all take a moment to relax together. So dropping your knees to the edges of your mat, inhaling, and we can sit back into child's pose. Exhale. Slowly making your way up, all the way up and then over onto your bottom, coming into Baddha Konasana. We've got some nice stretches to finish with, a little bit extra as well to add on to what we did last time. So you're in Baddha Konasana and we're going to pause here. So remember, you could be seated on something to just bring the hips up slightly higher. You could probably even find a way to do this on a chair, some of these twists.
and stretches if you found that more comfortable. So just drawing your attention back inwards. Just feel those hips soften down towards the floor. Just allow the pelvis and the hips to grow heavy. And you might find, hopefully, that naturally the knees just gently drop out to the side as you do that without you having to force them. Just with the breath and the release of the body. Extend the left foot forwards here. Janushirasana first of all. So lengthening on the inhale, and then start to fold yourself forwards on the exhale. Inhaling, and then there's going to be two options here. You could stay more upright this time, or you could allow yourself to sort of fold like we normally do. But another option is to feel that heaviness. I'll show you from the side. Feel that heaviness from the hips and sort of extend out of it through the spine. So the spine is nice and long. Just keeping the gaze soft and natural. Creeping yourself back up to sitting, and then draw that right knee up. I'm going to keep the foot where it is, so foot planted firmly on the floor, just next to the left knee. Bring that left hand to the right knee, the right hand comes behind, lengthening here, taking a breath in, and then start to soften into the twist around to the right as you exhale. You can just keep a hand on that knee, or you might like to clasp that leg a little tighter. It's entirely up to you. And then turning to gaze to the front again. Inhale, releasing out, exhale. We're just going to take the opposite twist here. So place that right elbow against the right knee. The left hand comes behind, taking a breath in here, lengthen again. And just with the upper body, so just those shoulders, the upper back turning to the left as you exhale. So try not to push too firmly into that right knee that it pushes over to the side. Still just hug the knee and the elbow in together to create a little bit of tension to press into. And then gently turning back to the front, inhale, and release out of the twist, exhale. So we have a little challenge here for those who would like to. If it turns out not to be for you, you could just do Janushirasana again, maybe the one-legged forward fold, for example, or a combination of the one-leg forward fold and that twist that we just did. So we still have the right foot on the floor, the knee is bent. Take a breath in here, maybe just hug that knee in slightly. And start to fold yourself forward so that you come around that leg. So you've brought that right arm in front of your right leg. So you're in a bit of a forward fold. It does have a little bit of a twist element to it as well. And then you could stay here, or the extra challenge is to start to reach your arms back and around behind you so that you can clasp the fingers behind. So I'll just show you from a couple of different angles so you can get the idea of this. So from the side, I've come forward slightly. The right arm comes around in front of that right leg. One option is to stay here, or the other option is to interlace the fingers behind. And we'll just pause for another breath or two.
Breath in, looking forwards to that front foot. Releasing out as you exhale. Just take it nice and slow and gentle. Drawing the soles of the feet back together again into Baddha Konasana. Let's pause here. Breath in. And you can start to hinge forward from the hips this time. Just taking a little forward fold. Settling the elbows onto the legs somewhere. And coming back to the breath. Looking forwards, inhale, and coming back up, exhale. Right, we'll do all of that on the other side. So let's extend the right leg out in front. Just to start with, we've got that left foot against the thigh, somewhere along the inner leg anyway. It's up to you really where you have it. I mean, you could have it as far down as the ankle if that felt better. Taking a breath in and starting to fold forwards as you exhale. Just pause, extending the spine, and then same thing, you could either stay upright or you could just fold further forwards if that felt comfortable. So your choice here. Turning the gaze towards that foot, inhale, and releasing upright, exhale. Bring the left knee up, really planting the foot firmly into the floor, excuse me. I'm going to bring the right hand to the left knee, left hand behind. Lengthen here as you inhale, and then twisting, maybe looking over that left shoulder as you exhale. The right hand can stay on the knee, or you can clasp the leg a little tighter, and just breathing in your twist. Turning the head back to the center on your next inhale, releasing out as you exhale. And just take that twist in the other direction just to help with the next pose. So left elbow to the inside of the left knee, right hand comes behind. Just start to press the elbow and the knee together, make sure it's not going anywhere. Lengthen, breath in, and then open through the chest to turn, looking towards the right, exhale. Just a couple of breaths here. Turning back to the front, inhale, and gently release, exhale. So, legs stay where they are, left foot on the floor, right leg extended. Breath in, maybe hug that left knee in a bit. Now start to release yourself forwards so that you can get that left arm the other side of the left leg. You might be pausing here, or taking a breath in. And then you're starting to open the arms up, bringing them back behind you, seeing if you can interlace the fingers behind your back. Exhale. And then breathing in whichever position you found yourself. Looking forwards towards the foot, inhale, and gently coming out, exhale.
Now just extend that leg out, maybe just shake through the legs a little. And then we're going to take the legs out wide now. Breath in here.
And we'll take a forward fold, exhale.
Lengthen the spine as you next inhale. And same detail really, you could stay upright if you felt that you needed that extension through the spine. Or if you wanted more of a stretch for the back, you could round and release forwards. Your choice. Looking forwards, inhaling and release out of the stretch, exhale. So now is the time that you could take Shavasana if you needed to. So feel free to turn the video off, take yourself into relaxation. Actually, I've done a little relaxation video for you this month, so if you wanted to do that, I'll be sending it out at the same time as this video. Otherwise, we'll just pause here together, coming back to a sitting position. Eyes gently close and drawing your attention back inwards. Just feel the hips and the pelvis releasing and growing heavy. Don't lose that length through the spine. Still keeping the shoulders relaxed away from your ears. One more round of breath. And then you can gently draw your hands together in front of your heart. Breath in through your nose. And bow forwards with a sigh. Namaste. Well, thank you very much. I hope you found something to challenge you this month, and I'll see you again soon.